I'll be honest, I actually did my top 10 list first because I was so excited about how things went on drone day. Listen, we're going to have bad drone days. We've had them every year. Every so often we'll have a great one, we'll have a bad one. Today was not a bad one. Today was a very, very good droning day. I was really, really happy with what I saw from the babies. 1, 2, 3, 4 notably were very impressive. Now it's January 30th, it's 29, whatever the hell it is. It's not even February yet. We got February, March, April, May, June. 5 months before we're really going to have to drop the hammer on these horses. But the journey there is interesting. It's exciting. It's entertaining for both you and for me. And I like what I see so far in the crop that we have. Now, special note to you, I reached out now for those of you that frequent the OTBs, off-track betting throughout the states. I don't, obviously I'm in Canada anyway, but some people do. And the other day it was brought to my attention that the scroll on the bottom of the screen at the OTB was Woodbine Mohawk Park will be back racing February 11th. Immediately, a number of our clients had messaged me and said, is this true? I didn't hear anything about it. I looked on Standard Break Canada. There was nothing there. There's nothing on Facebook about it. I emailed Jim Lawson. I said, Jim, is there any truth to this? He said, no, I wish there was. He said, I don't know where they would have got that information from. We haven't had any definitive dates from the government, but he said, and I quote, he said, I have to thank you. He said, we have had dialogue with the government. They have reached out to us, which is rare, and I have to believe that your clients, the people, and not just us, the people in Ontario and all over the world that are emailing the Ontario government about this stoppage have actually opened their eyes to what is going on and the fact that we're racing everywhere else in North America except here. The lockdown date for Ontario to be over is February 9th, and I fully hope and expect there's a good chance that on February 10th or 11th we could be racing. Who knows? Let's not jinx ourselves. But a special pat on the back to everyone out there who wrote an email. And if you're out there saying, oh, I forgot or I didn't, keep up the hard work. Keep the flames to their feet. Keep pushing them. For those of you who send emails, send them again. Ask for updates. Reach out to the MPPs that you emailed last week and say, hey, just wondering if there's any movement on here. The more dialogue we force open about horse racing with these MPPs, because they have to read them. They have to read them. So, as they're reading them, hopefully they take note, and I think we played a major role. According to Jim, we did. He may just be pumping our tires, but at the same time, thank you all very much, regardless if it's from Jim or from Anthony or anybody else. You are playing a major role in helping getting racing back as soon as possible. Thank you all very much, and keep up the work, please. Secondly, staking, obviously, you heard every year you hear the concern in my voice. This year's a little different. It's not your fault, but we can't get the staking out until the bills go out on February 2nd. They can't go out until the 2nd because there were some changes made to the platform. The back end of the site, they want to check them before they just unleash all the bills. If there's any mistakes, they can't have that. They'd be fixing things all week. So we can't have the bills out until February 2nd in the morning. Obviously, this only gives you 13 days to get your payment to me. I can't tell you enough. I think you know without me saying how important this is. We are going to be in a bit of a time crunch. So, and it's not your fault. It's the mail's fault. I don't trust the mail right now. Good news, I'm not getting any more Christmas cards. For those of you who sent me Christmas cards, thank you very much. Many of them I received last week. But in my disdain for the postal service, I may have omitted a thank you note. So for those of you who sent them, thank you very much. Very obviously, anytime our clients are thinking of us, it's a humbling thing. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But I wish I had got them at Christmas. We are no longer getting Christmas cards now, so hopefully the mail is catching up, but I don't know if it is. So February 2nd, if you could, when you get that bill, if you're able to, obviously I don't want to put anybody in a terrible position. If you're able to, get those payments in as soon as you can, because they represent our February staking. Now, Ontario moved the staking date for 2- and 3-year-olds, so that does help. That frees up some money for us. Thank you for that, Ontario. That does come in handy. We do have some horses that we are racing. Some of the horses that haven't raced good we sold. We're going to continue to sell the ones we need to, keep the ones that we shouldn't be selling. We have a number of stakes coming up. Frilly Fringes is now in Pennsylvania. She will qualify on Tuesday. I am in talks with management of the stable.ca, most notably Amy McDonald, about allowing me to go and qualify Frilly Fringes on Tuesday. Is it a necessity? No. No, it is not a necessity, and she knows that. So I've left the decision up to her. We have Frilly Fringes to qualify. We have Fox Valley Britska to train up hard that day. We have horses that are going to be racing next Wednesday, next Thursday. I don't want to be away, but for the love of God, I feel so helpless watching things come unraveled with some of these horses. It does keep me up at night, and it bothers me to no end what took place, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't control COVID-19. I can't control a lockdown. I can't control what goes on the other side of the border when I'm not there. So it is extremely stressful for me, but at the same time, I think everybody knows I'm doing all I can, and if I can do more, I will. Surely, you can be sure I will. If you know me long enough, you know that we won't be outworked. And if I can help by being there, I didn't play a major role yesterday. Anybody could have done what I did yesterday in the Meadows. So we'll see how things work out this week. Bear with me. Obviously, it's a very stressful time for everybody. Hopefully at some point, and we will. This will pass. At some point, things will get back to normal. We just don't know when. So, as I said, the emails that you wrote were very helpful. Keep it up. Staking is coming. It is the toughest part of the year for us. The toughest part. You know, the sales are stressful when we're trying to buy horses, but we buy them, right? That's what we do. When it comes to staking, especially with the mail service the way it is, for me to say it's not stressful right now would be a lie. I think all you guys know me well enough by now to know it is. But at the same time, this is another time we will get through. We just have to work through it. So, days like today, where the babies train good, certainly put, as I like to say, put a bounce in my step and help me put everything in perspective. But at the same time, the other side of the stable is waning, let's call it at the best unstructured right now. And we are making the changes and doing the best we can, and we will continue to, and we will get through this together. But as I said, I'm well aware it is a stressful time, and we are doing everything we can to mitigate that. So with that said, we have some 3-year-olds on their way back. The Ohio breds, it's looking like we may have to move those horses over to Ohio mid-March to get them started up and ready for the Hackett. Picking dirt out of my eyes. To get those horses ready for the Hackett. Aside from that, everything is going well so far. A couple of these 3-year-olds, we'll have them up to the vet to get looked at as we start pushing harder. 2 in particular that are going up. One, My Heart Hanover. Rose Run Why Not. I want to get her looked at. Miss Meringue also. Just 3-year-old stuff. Make sure they're okay. Might have a splint here or there that needs attention. Going to get them looked at. We will continue to train them down and get them ready. We won't miss the Hackett with the ones we're going there for. And for the ones that maybe aren't quite good enough for the Hackett, because the Hackett is somewhere between the Buckeye and the Sire Stakes. For the ones that maybe can't get in the Hackett or shouldn't be in the Hackett, we still have maidens for, if it turns out Rose Run, Why Not? And just to use those 2, Rose Run, Why Not, and Miss Meringue, if they're not good, they still fit a maiden. So there's still lots of racing out there. Want to get 2021 underway a little more properly. I'd like a do-over from March 1st instead of January 1st, I can tell you that. But it could always be worse, I suppose. We're making our way, we're making do, and most importantly, we're doing it together. So for me, for Amy, for everybody at the stable, I appreciate everybody. I sometimes forget how many people watch the videos, and I'll get a note from somebody saying, hey, clearly you're stressed out, things will get better. Those notes certainly help. They certainly help, and knowing that we have our clients behind us is helpful, to say the least. So, yes, we will all get through this. Yes, COVID will pass. Yes, we will get into the summer of 2021 and get racing our horses. And hopefully, for you, for me, for everybody associated with the stable, we have some luck. It appears we have some good horses. So, keep our eyes downfield, and everything else will take care of itself in the meantime. We'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you did, and I hope you are having a great weekend, a great week. And regardless of how stressful it is for me, I hope it is not stressful for you. Aside from a lockdown here in Ontario, I hope everybody is healthy, safe, and getting by. We'll talk to you all very, very soon. Take care.